G'day, my name is Tony and tonight we're going to make a quiche Lorraine. Alright, I don't know much about cooking, but quiche Lorraine is definitely something I can bake. The main reason for this obviously is because it's so simple. Now, what do we need for this? We need a dish to mix things in, a fork to mix things. You can use a whisk if you want, I don't like whisk. A dish to cook it in. In terms of ingredients, some eggs, some bacon. If you want to do a real quiche Lorraine, you use bacon, but you can use ham, you can use salmon, you can use capsicum, you can use pretty much whatever you want, and it will work. Some shredded cheese, and finally some puff pastry. I use frozen pastry because I can't be bothered to do anything else, but it'll work nice with that. Alright, so as I was saying, this is the easiest recipe. All you have to do is take the bowl and put everything in, mix it all, put it in the oven, done. A couple of things to note. If you have an oven like this one, you want to switch it on right away, because by the time it's hot, you'll be ready to put something in. Now I put it on 220, anything between 210 and 220 would work, not under that because you want the puff pastry to cook and crisp. 220, I'll be ready in about 5-10 minutes. Another thing you want to do, if you have frozen pastry, take it out of the freezer so that it thaws a bit, and then you'll be able to put it in your dish nicely. So let's get started. I always start with the eggs. 4 eggs. If you want it extra fluffy, use 5 eggs, but 4 eggs is fine. I still do this with my 2 hands because I'm not that agile at all. 1 egg, 2 eggs. Yes, you leave the shells out. 3 eggs, and 4 eggs. That's done. And you start whisking. Yep. There's no particular order for this, but somehow I always do the same order. Then I put bacon. Bacon. Yeah, we'll put the lot. So just for information, there was a, I don't know how much it is. I'll put it in the description, it doesn't say there. So whisk. Now the good time to put the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Now we've put bacon in. Bacon's already quite salty, so be careful with the salt. You know, just put, I don't know, do it like that. But keep in mind that if you put something more salty, saltier, like salmon, like smoked salmon or something, you'll need less salt. If you put something like zucchinis, then you might want to put a bit more salt. Mix that. It's mixing nicely. Oh, one escaped. And it's gone. Now, for the cheese. I did wash my hands before this. There you go. About a handful. I've got hands this size, so you can measure up if you want. I never calculate, I can't be bothered. But you can't miss it. You can't. The only thing that can happen is if you undercook it. And well, if you undercook it, all you have to do is cook it a bit more. All right, nice mix. Cream, liquid cream is easier. Oh, this is, how much is this? 300 mils. Oh, that's a bit much. Oh. There we go. But it goes in anyway. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now when you start getting this color, that's when you know it's going to be nice. Keep mixing. All right. That took what? 3 minutes. Alright, we've done the mix and now it's a question of preparing the mold and the pastry. I use 2 sheets, 2 of those, because one is just not big enough. So I use 2, and don't forget to take the plastic. It doesn't have the same taste if you leave the plastic at all. So put that in the middle. Choop, choop, choop. Nice to the bottom. This is one of those dishes where you can take the bottom off, so it makes it easy to take out. Up. And then you take the second one. You cut some strips to go on the side. At least that's what I do. You can do whatever you want, really. I did wash my hands again for this, because you don't want to use all the pastry with the hands that touch the boxes and the eggs and all that. Another strip. Plastic off again, always. Where's the camera? The camera's there. Here you go. Up. Do this 4 times, obviously. You can see better like this. Just pressing to make it a nice seam so that the liquids don't go through. Last one. See, I took it out of the freezer a long time ago now, and it's nice and soft. If you just do it at the last minute, it'll be hard and horrible. All right, so we got a nice pastry dish. Then you cut all the extra bits off. You can do something else with that. Give it to the kids. Up, but not too much, you know, it's not good for your stomach. All right, so now I've got a dish that's prepared. Now my mix here only has the normal ingredients, so I can pour it directly in there. If I have something that's a little bit more liquid, like tomatoes or zucchinis or something, then I might want to put some couscous, some semolina a little bit at the bottom, so it'll soak up all the moisture. Otherwise your quiche will be all wet, basically. But that's all I got. So I'm just going to pour it in. Can you see? Where's the camera? There you go. So I pour it. Oh, nice. Hope I didn't forget anything. Too late for that now. But again, you can't get it wrong. Can't miss it. There you go. Now, just for decoration, I usually put a bit of a tomato on top. I'm going to slice the tomato real quick. Put a few bits just at the top. Not that one. There you go. Sometimes I do a little shape in the middle for the kids, they like that. But that's pretty much done. Ooh, I can't lift it too much, it's quite liquid. There you go. So now you put this in the oven. I'll be back in a sec. I put it 20 minutes at first, and then I check every 5 minutes. 20 minutes. Oh. Beautiful. All right. 20 minutes, gone. And we'll come back in 5 minutes. Now the trick to know if it's cooked or not, you take a clean knife, not like this one, but a clean knife, you dip it in the quiche. If it comes back dry, then you're bung. You're good. If it's still a bit wet, that means it's wet inside, so you leave it a bit more. That's it. Alright, it's been 20 minutes, so it's time to check. Switch it off. 20 minutes is very short, but depending on the oven, it's usually around 30 minutes. So I take a clean knife, nothing on this knife. I just dip it inside. And you can see that it's coming with some, well, it's liquid, right? So, not good enough. Another 5 minutes. Gone. So it's now been 25 minutes, so let's check it again. It usually takes at least 25 minutes. But it's still a little bit wet in there. It's quite wet, so we want a little bit less than that. Another 5 minutes. And then I think we'll be good. Alright, it's been half an hour now. Let's try again, but that should be right. Nice. Yeah. That'll do, I think. So let's get it out. Careful, an oven is hot. Ooh. Come here. Oh, look at this. That's lovely. What's this? Oops. There you go. Ta-da-da! And that's pretty much it. Now all we have to do is get it out of that dish and eat it. Alright, that's it for tonight. If you like this, please subscribe and like and tell all your friends. And do the quiche at home. You see, it's not very hard at all and it's yummy.